Alright, this is the third Christmas video for the Wrestling Figure Brawl channel. Wow. Well, anyways, this year I didn't really expect to get shit because we've been struggling financially over here, so I thought I wasn't gonna get shit, and if I did, I thought it was gonna be completely random. I actually didn't know what the fuck I was gonna get. So, instead, we got 11 figures here. Pretty good haul, to say the least. So, I'm pretty sure you can already tell who the fuck these people are, so yeah, I'm just gonna start over here with, fuck you, Brian Cage. Anyways, Andrade, he does not come with the glasses. It came with Owen Hart. I just put it on Andrade because Andrade wears glasses. Anyways, Andrade's fine. He just has a lot of unforgivable rubber. Do not, and I mean, do not use that rubber. It is hard ass rubber. It is hard to put on. It's hard to get off. It's bullshit. I'm never putting that back on this figure. Ever. And I mean ever again. Okay, everyone's just falling. You know what? Fuck you. We'll just make this random, actually. We'll just fucking pick one out the pile because you guys want to fall over like a couple of fucks. But, this figure moves around perfectly fine. It's very smooth in the legs. He has these very stretched out hands. His other hands are fucking like this. I'm just like, he looks like he's saying Beach Boy. But, yeah, his torso, he can go about that much. Kick up pretty fucking... He got good ass legs, alright, I'll tell you that. Head sculpt. Looks like Andrade. But then there's this. It just looks off-putting to me. It could just be me. But it just looks like he has a big-ass bald spot in the side of his head. Could just be me, though. Anyways, Andrade. Nice figure. And also, like we always do, rankings. We'll see where he ends up being in the rankings, as I find Andrade to be good. I accidentally just zoomed in. That was weird. Anyways, here we go. Taz. This big piece of bullshit plastic. No ab crunch. He does not kick forward. He only looks normal with this jacket on, so he comes with a microphone. What's the point of it if he looks weird, so he can't really use... Those glasses fall off him really easily. His normal head sculpt looks like Top Dollar, not even like Taz. At least when he's yelling, he looks like Taz. That straight face, he looks like fucking Top Dollar, fucking big-ass jobber. But yeah, see, there's Taz. He's Taz. I think we all know the placement Taz is gonna get, but we'll have to wait and see. There ain't shit to talk about with you, Taz. You got no articulation, your figure sucks balls, and... yeah, let's see. Next, Christian Cage. This figure moves around very fucking good. It's smooth how much this figure moves around, like... Okay, that's the only problem, is his torso popping off, but he has a good ab crunch. His legs move really nice, his arms move nice. It's a very smooth figure. It looks good. It looks like... fucking hell, hold on. Here we go, zooming in on the face sculpt. You could tell it does look like Christian. I mean, his eyes are slanted. But, feels really good in the hand, actually. And he does not come with mic holding hands. Why? He comes with 3 sets of fist hands. 3! 1 fist hand. Then he has another set of them. And then he has his... oh, I see you people hands. Fucking good figure. Just no mic. Well, how about we go with the Pebble, the absolute Ricky Starks. This figure is great. I love this figure. It moves great. It looks great. One thing is, he's got a long-ass neck. But that's fine. He kind of has a long-ass neck in real life. But, his head also may or may not come off pretty easily. Really just depends, but, this moves great. Like, motherfucker can kick very fucking far. I mean, you could have this man do a lot of fucking poses. He could do so many poses. Motherfucker moves perfectly fine. You should not have any problems with this figure. And it comes with the chain, but the chain just moves around way too much on his neck, so I just took it off. And another guy who had unforgivable rubber, Adam Cole, baby. The Elite 92 is better. We'll just get that out the way. The Elite 92 is better than this unrivaled figure. The head sculpt on the Elite 92 is better. The way it moves is better. But here we go. The pack torso. Adam Cole's not this big. Adam Cole should not have this torso. I'm not saying he should have the Darby Allin torso. I'm saying that Adam Cole should have his own torso. Because he's a skinny, slightly muscular guy. And to give him the same arms as, like, Pac is kind of weird. His legs move fine. I like the way his legs are, but it's like... The torso, it's very weird. This figure's, like, not bad, but it's not good either. Like, it's not very good either. The Adam Cole figure's okay. But that rubber also sucks. If that was cloth, that would have been great. It could have been like this Owen Hart figures jacket. Look at this shit. This may or may not stain. I had it sitting on a Nick Jackson that I didn't really care about for like an hour or two, and it did not stain it, so I do not believe this jacket stains, but I might have to eat my words, because it may stain Owen Hart later. And if it does, it may suck, but as of right now, it's not staining shit, and it's fucking beautiful. The amount of detail on this jacket, like this, they could have done this with Adam Cole, but no, they didn't. But this Owen Hart figure's great. The other head sculpt looked derpy to me, so I have the headband one on right now, if it'll focus. And you can see Owen Hart there. Looks good. His eyes are like really separated on mine. Jesus Christ, I didn't realize they were that separated, but this figure moves around great. This figure, I didn't expect to get this shit. It just kind of showed up. I was like, oh shit. It's Owen Hart. Looks pretty good. Kind of a plain Jane attire, but this figure moves around great. Usually, like with some of like bigger wrestlers, kind of like Powerhouse Hobbs, they don't really get to move around too much, and then their torso pops off like that. Owen Hart surprised me, and he can move around just fine with torso. Anyway, since I have him in my hand, how about we talk about Powerhouse Hobbs? Also, I'm not saying that Owen Hart's a bigger wrestler, I'm just saying he has a wider torso. But he moves fine. Anyways, Powerhouse Hobbs. This figure comes with another head sculpt, and he also comes with 4 fist hands and no mic holding it. Why the fuck do we need the same hand twice? We don't. There's really not much to talk about with this figure. He has great legs, he moves fine, he has good arms, he moves fine. His torso doesn't really get much, and his head falls off pretty fucking easily. Like, pretty easy. But, not much to talk about with, Willie Hobbs. But here we go. Brian Cage. You know, I was expecting this figure to kind of blow balls, suck, be Garbo. This figure surprised me. It's pretty it's good. It's a good figure. It's just, look at him. The motherfucker's all like, ah! The head sculpts are okay, just looks a little off. It just looks a little off for me. But yeah, this figure moves around great. Like, for a bigger one, it moves great. Like, Wardlow's don't move too good. Fucking Brian Cage moves great. Now, how about we get into Ilya Dragunov? This figure is great. This nice fucking cloth accessory. It's great. They should have done that with you, Adam. They should have done that with you, Andrade. But you guys give me unforgivable rubber. Also, you, Taz. But nobody cares about Taz. But Dragunov, the figure moves great. It looks great. He's pointing at you like, you, motherfucker. Yeah. Great figure. Like, this is a good fucking figure. Like, it might be a little generic. It might be a little plain. But it moves, and it looks good, and it has a good-ass cloth fucking accessory. You know, this one we'll go into Riddle. 3 years in a row. He's been in every Christmas video. I have all the elites. I have the first ever basic of them. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the stoner guy, Mr. 420, former GVNW Tag Team Champion of the World, the original bro, Matt Riddle. This figure's great. Comes with a fucking scooter, and the scooter moves too. The shirt says, well, I'll let Riddle say it, hey, Randy. And, like, this is great. Like, the amount of shit you can do with the scooter, the hat, Has like a nice little, riddle snake design. The snake with the riddle hat and hair. Figure moves good. It's double joint. It's great. If I'm not mistaken, this is the other Matt Riddle's great, but this is just good. Like the red, and then you got like everything just looks good with this figure. Everything is good, and then you get the scooter on top of that. It's great. Now, holy shit, it finally happened. Red Deadpool is in our presence. And not just any Red Deadpool. This is the 80th anniversary retro Deadpool figure. Holy shit. When I tell you I was surprised by this present, I mean I was surprised. When I say the anticipation for this figure, there was a lot of anticipation. I've always asked for a Red Deadpool. And this year just so happened to be the year. It finally graced my presence, and let me tell you, this figure's an absolute fucking banger. This figure shits on the other Deadpools that I have. This figure looks great, it moves great, it is great, and I love it. Now, anyways, it's time for the rankings. You might have a good idea of what the rankings are, but you'll figure out what they are right now. At number 11, this should be a surprise to absolutely no one. I kind of shitted on this figure. Taz. And his glasses fell off again. You fucking fat ogre. This fat fucking buffoon. Taz. Fuck this figure. Like, honestly, it's a good manager, can be a commentator. Do not do anything else with this figure. It sucks balls. Hell, he can't even be a manager because he can't hold a microphone for shit. I guess he can still be a manager, but this figure sucks absolute monkey balls, but I'm grateful because now I have a full team Taz. Minus Hook, of course, but he doesn't have a figure yet. But moving on to number 10. Alright, look, the figure's better than I expected. But it's not better than the others. The Elite 92 is better. This Adam Cole figure is like very fucking mid. I don't have any words really to say about it. It's Adam Cole. The figure's okay. The legs move fine. The arms are okay. I just feel like they're a little too big for them. The torso is terrible. The head sculpt isn't as good as the Elite 92. It doesn't move as good as it. So yeah. This is kind of an L move for a Jazzwares with that Adam Cole. It could have been a lot better, but it wasn't. Now I took them out the ring because, well, I want to save room for the last 9, because they're all good, and they could be changed very easily. Well, not maybe so easily, because at number 9, Powerhouse Hobbs, because his torso, no ab crunch at all. The last 8 are really what's interchangeable, as I will still say Powerhouse Hobbs figure may be better than Adam Cole's. It just might be. But let me play with the Adam Cole, let me play with the Powerhouse Hobbs more, and I may come back and update this in the comments. Probably fucking not. I think Powerhouse Hobbs is better because his arms move a lot fucking smoother and his legs are a lot smoother. Now, for the final 8. All good figures, some great figures. Here we go. Coming in at number 8 is the Machine Brian Cage. This figure surprised the shit out of me, and it is actually a good-ass figure. I would recommend you buy this, especially since everything on Ringside right now, it's like $4, $7, $8. Like, Brian Cage is pretty cheap right now, so if you don't have this figure, you can just go buy it right now for a cheap price. Hell, use discount code GRIM to save 10%. Use MD Toys, save 10%. You can use discount code, save 10%, and that shit will go be a lot fucking cheaper. Yeah. So, this figure's number 8. It's a good figure. Moving on to number 7, on the other hand. Andrade El Idolo. Also a good figure. But this figure is better than Brian Cage because those legs on this Andrade are silky fucking smooth. That shit is great. Moves like butter. great. His torso might not get the best amount of movement, but I think it's more than Brian Cage. Also, Andrade's torso doesn't really pop off unless if you, like, just fucking spear him really fucking hard in the gut, so... Good shit, Andrade. Good shit, Andrade. But you did not make it to the top 5 as number 6, Christian Cage, beats you because this figure is just a very solid figure. Like, there's not much to talk about when it comes to this figure, but this figure is just really solid. Like, a very fucking solid figure. Like, it's good. Good figure. Looks like Christian, it moves great, the torso doesn't really come off that easily. It's good. It is good. But it is not as good as number 4, Absolute Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks, this figure, I expected it to be good. I expected it to be great. It is great. I love this figure. It's in the top 5. It's just not better than the other figures in the top 5. But Ricky Starks, what a figure. This is a banger figure. And you wanna know how much you can buy Ricky Starks for? He's fucking cheap as shit. He's only $10 on Ringside right now. Won't be forever, probably, but right now he's cheap as shit. You can probably go buy him. Number 4. It was gonna be Owen Hart, but because that jacket doesn't stain, it is now Ilya Dragunov. What a figure. Double jointed arm. What a first time in the line. Like, seriously, you get double jointed arms, you get a good ass cloth accessory, you get a head sculpt, and he gets to point at you like, you motherfucker. So yeah, good Dragunov. Anyways, now number 3. Owen Hart, the King of the Hearts. This figure's a banger. This nice ass jacket, and if it doesn't work on your AEW figures, the AEW jackets don't stain WWE figures, so all I gotta do is flip it inside out and I have a nice jacket for someone. But what nice jacket, moves great, fucking looks good. The other head sculpt's a little derpy. But this figure's great. Honestly, good ass fucking figure. It's a banger after 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 banger. Taz, you're not a banger. Taz is a Garbo. Taz is Garbo. Number 2, the original bro, Matt Riddle. Riddle always gets a high placement in all of these rankings. Well, because Riddle, not only is he one of my favorite wrestlers, but his figures are bangers. Great figure. Looks good, feels good, is good. But not as good as number 1, the Merc of the Mouth of the Bullet Club. Deadpool. I don't really have anything else to say about this figure. I shouldn't have to say anything about this figure. It's red motherfucking Deadpool. It surpasses all of these. Butterfly joints. Double jointed arms. Double jointed knees. Moves silky smooth. It's a great figure. And you're telling me this is not gonna be above these fucks? The anticipation. The shock. It's better. It's just better. Like, I could bitch slap all these other figures. I do not care. This figure is better than them. That might just be me being biased, but I don't fucking care. Deadpool is number 1 for my list, and that concludes this list. You can see these 3 fucks, and yeah. So, this is this Christmas video. So, I'll bring the other 3 fucks in the ring. Taz, I fucking hate you. I truly do. But, this is the end of this video. So, well, everyone, this is Nappa and Vegeta. Heading out. Peace out, everybody. Have a happy Christmas. Merry Christmas. And, yeah, you might be seeing this video after Christmas, but either way, I hope you had a good Christmas. Alright, now, seriously, we're fucking leaving. This Nappa and Vegeta heading out. We'll see you whenever the fuck we see you. Peace out, everybody.